Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Testing. Is my voice too loud? Hello. Hello, RP. And Christopher. Paul. And everybody. You loved my Atlas stream today. We were trying to play a trick on people. For anybody who joined late in that stream, we were acting like it was going to release a probe. When in actuality, 3i Atlas was in front of a star and a star emerged behind it because it was 3i Atlas was moving. So we're saying anybody who joins now, let's act like a probe is coming out of Atlas. Cider, I think I've already got about 15 hours on VDB 15. I think that's enough for our contest in December. I think I've got about 15 hours. Let me see. Hello, Lindsay. Yeah, we were trying to play a trick on people to say a probe came out of Atlas in the morning, and then Lindsay was showing up and saying, wait, where'd that star go? He was blowing our cover. I keep saying she, but you're a man, right, Lindsay? Or are you Linda? I knew a Lindsay. It was a female I used to work with. No, not Linda, Lindsay. Hello, caveman. No tits here. Lindsay is a man like Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham. He was a really good guitarist. When I hear Lindsay, I also think of Lindsey Buckingham. Do you know Lindsey Buckingham? Does people know the members of Fleetwood Mac? Or am I the only old guy here that knows Fleetwood Mac, the individual members? I think Mick Fleetwood, Lindsey Buckingham, Stevie Nicks. I know the other female in the group died. What was her name? Of course. You just turned 63. I know Thanksgiving is tomorrow, but everybody does their own thing over here on Thanksgiving. So we had Thanksgiving today, and I ate like a pig. Everybody already went home. Oh, such good food. Really good food. But I ate so much. So tomorrow, we get to relax. We always do our holidays. Like I said, we did it Thanksgiving one day early. We do Christmas one day early. And then, the in-laws, they my brother goes to his in-laws. My sister goes to her in-laws on the actual holiday. And then we get to relax. So tomorrow, nobody's coming over, and I get to watch the football game in peace. The Lions, I think they're playing the Green Bay Packers. Nothing better than 3 Thanksgivings. And I'm going to be eating leftovers, really good leftovers. Mmm. Yes, go Lions. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw that. Satellite just went. I do have clouds, and I hope those clouds don't impact me because I really want to start on my Galaxy. Oh no, please. I wanted to spend all night capturing a new galaxy. No. no, it was supposed to be clear. No, no. What a shame. Oh, this hurts. Maybe if I make my exposure bright enough, we can act like the clouds aren't there. We just pretend for a moment. Today is travel day in the United States, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to be here. Wednesday is always considered travel day. Thursday, Thanksgiving, and Friday, Black Friday, shopping day. I went to a mall last weekend with my sisters and my nephews, and there was nobody there. This mall called Westland Mall, nobody's there, and half the shops in it were closed. And there's another mall, Wonderland Mall, doesn't even exist anymore. It's a Walmart and a Target in that area. And then we had another mall, Livonia Mall, closed up. Sears is closed up. So all the malls near my house, only out of four malls, and then there's Fairlane, and I haven't been to Fairlane in a long time. That's kind of a tough mall. A tough crowd there. So I don't like to go there. All the malls are doing bad. Yeah, Amazon has really changed the way people shop. A lot closed during COVID. That certainly didn't help when everybody was staying home. It's just sad to see because I used to enjoy. There used to be, I liked walking into a Radio Shack or the Best Buy Mobile or the Far East shop, or they're all gone. They're all gone. Hello, Connie. Hello, Jeffrey, Southern Indiana. Kids don't go there anymore. Yeah, I remember when we were kids, my dad would take us for rides in the car, go to Ponderosa, then take us to the mall. We'd see big aquariums at the mall. It was like a regular thing to do on Saturday. Go eat at Ponderosa, then go to the mall. It's all gone. Including my dad. He passed away 3 years ago. On Thanksgiving, on the holiday. He passed away on the holiday. But Thanksgiving falls on a different day. So he died on the 24th, and this year, Thanksgiving falls on the 27th. You still have Radio Shack? Yeah, I think I've got some Radio Shack knickknacks around here somewhere. I apologize for this, folks, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything, but I do have a backup plan. I was thinking about processing one of the clusters that I captured today. If I can't do some imaging, you want to hang around and watch me do a quick process on a cluster? It's not a very interesting star cluster, but I've been putting it off because I wasn't completely turned on by it. I wanted to do more interesting stuff, but it's something to do. I've got so many star clusters. I got to start processing and get them out of the way. Like a music artist, used to release 45s. They put their best single, A side, they put their alternative single on the B side. So I consider clusters the B side. It's not an A side, it's the B side. That's how I equate my clusters. But it's something to do. Hey, Brody. Yeah, we'll process. I don't think it's going to take me very long. I've already stacked it. There's a lot of clusters. The reason I've captured so many clusters are when the moon gets bright, the it washes out a lot of the galaxies and the nebulae, but it doesn't really wash out the stars. So the stars I can still capture when the moon is out. That's so I keep going after clusters instead of wasting a clear night. I'm really I have hope that these clouds might go away because Starfront hasn't closed the roof. Normally, they're very careful about keeping the roof open. If they think there's any small chance of rain, they close those roofs. They don't take chances with our equipment. The moon, how bright is the moon now? Is it over 20% illuminated? Over 30%? That's why I really wanted clear skies today to finish capturing a new galaxy. Maybe the roof broke. Astrum. I don't know if I'm saying the name of that channel right. We finally know why Betelgeuse behaves so strangely. Oh, do we? Do we? Sure we do. Evil twin. It's a binary star. Oh, that's an interesting idea. It gets brighter and dimmer because it's a binary star system. I think we would have detected that one, though. I'm actually very surprised the roof is still open here. I'm going to start processing and open my one of my open clusters. I'm going to give this about 10 more minutes here. We just did discover that. Is that why this guy is saying we finally know why it's acting strangely? Was that some new discovery? I'm going to look that up. Is that why he said we know why Betelgeuse behaves strangely? NASA confirms what astronomers suspected for companion star. Is that why it gets brighter and dimmer? People thought it was fluctuating, that it might be ready for a supernova. Never mind Betelgeuse. We could soon see a supernova explosion as bright as the moon. Oh, really? These headlines drive me crazy. They suspected it for years, huh? Okay. I can't believe the roof is still open, folks. See, I just overexposed my telescope view, and the clouds magically disappear. But we know they're lurking. Nickname Siwaha. Where'd they come up with that name? That's not how you shoot flaps. I saw flurries earlier. I don't know if it's snowing right now. Alexa, what's the weather?
In Redford, Me, it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit with flurries. Tonight's forecast calls for more of the same.
Flurries. Let's see if I can see that on my surveillance.
Advisory in effect until Thursday, November 27th, 4 a.m. Here is your traffic update. Around your location, traffic looks good. I have a report that on Edward North Hines Drive eastbound, there are improving delays of over 13 minutes between Hawthorne Drive and Edward North Hines Drive.
Shut up! Alexa, stop! Do we see flurries? Oh, we see it more here. Oh my gosh. And windy. It's a blizzard over there, huh? Are you going to get an accumulation? We have snow. It's 34 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. That's what she said. What's the latest on 3i Atlas? The only thing I know about 3i Atlas is every time I capture it is that it seems a little bit brighter. Maybe because it's still getting closer to Earth. I would have thought it got dimmer as it moved away from the sun because it's reflecting sunlight, but I think it's being outweighed by the fact that it's getting closer to Earth. Uh-oh. I knew it. They closed the roof on us. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Closing time. Do you guys want to stick around while I process an open cluster? I captured it probably a couple weeks ago. And I haven't processed this one yet. Yeah? Let's do it. I'll keep an eye out. I I believed it was going to be clear. My freaking app said clear all night. It did. That's why I'm live streaming. I would have taken a nap. It still says all clear. It says tomorrow partly cloudy, but today it was supposed to be all clear. Russell, thank you for those memberships. Russell is always very generous. I appreciate that, Russell, and I'm sure the people who were gifted memberships appreciate it. The memberships will last a month, guys. And if you want to stick around, I only charge 99 cents. Thanks, Russell. All right, we're going to process a cluster. Clusters are usually pretty easy to process. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see, which one is it? It was NGC 1502. They call it Kemble's Cascade because there's a long line of stars. Do you want me with lights or without lights? Am I too dark? Is lights better? Or without light? Lights. First person to answer gets it. All right, let's see what this looks like. Now, it's not going to look like much when we first start, but it's going to be beautiful by the time we're finished with this. Okay? And they call it Kemble's Cascade because there's a long, almost a straight line of big stars. And I only captured half. My field of view wasn't big enough. This actually is twice as long as you see here. It goes all the way off. So this is actually a very long line of stars. But I captured this portion of it because there's also a cluster right here. All right. Let's do this. And that light is bothering me. Forget it. We'll just zoom in. Hi there. How's that? Hello, Peggy Sue. Okay. A little bit more. A little too close. Oh, hell no. I ain't processing 3i Atlas. I already tried that. It ain't easy. That's a tough one to process. I did that a few streams ago if you want to go back and see where I ended up. But I did do a time lapse on it. I ain't processing 3i Atlas again. Forget it. It's tough. Comet Lemon was awesome to process. It was a big, bright comet with a very bright tail. Very fun to process. Three Eye Atlas, it's just not that bright like another comet would be. Submersibles. All right, let's get started on this. The first thing I want to do is clean up the background. It doesn't. It looks. I'm going to do a dynamic background extraction on it. First, I got to remove the stars to clean the background. I want to. The goal is to have a very even looking background. You don't want it bright on one side, not bright on the other. You don't want light pollution to be in the picture. And even though I have dark skies, I captured this while the moon was out, which presents its own light pollution. So I'm going to do a dynamic background extraction on it. No blotches. All right. So these are the stars. We'll put those back in a moment. But you can see how uneven this background looks like. So I'm gonna run a background extraction. I'm going to clean that up. We want a very even looking background here. All right. Now I'm going to get rid of the boxes. I don't want any boxes over the bright areas. Usually we don't want them. This is where a star was. Let's see how this is going to look. Now, isn't that much more clean? I'm going to get rid of that edge. Don't worry, we got a bad edge there. But compare this on the right to how it looked before. You see what I mean? It looks much better now, doesn't it, on the right? It was very uneven. I think we did a good job cleaning it up. Yes? All right. So I'm happy with that. I think this is good enough. Yeah, I'm going to crop the left edge after I do my color calibration. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to put the stars back. Let's put the stars back. Okay. We got the stars back. I'm going to do a color calibration. All right. Looking good. Let's get rid of that edge now. First, I gotta flip it because my telescope flips it. So I gotta flip it so that it's the right way. I'm gonna flip it, and then I'm gonna crop that bad edge. All right. Now I'm going to save the progress I made so far. Just let me check Starfront really quick. I really, really, really want to capture that galaxy today. I'm hoping the clouds get the heck out of the way. Still, the roof is closed. Okay, let me save this. I can tell my background isn't truly even yet, but that's okay. We'll fix that. Let's say steps. Let's say 1. We did a DBE. We did a SPCC. We did a flip and a crop. We did a lot of steps in that one. I'll just call it cluster. Okay. Now what? All right. Now I'm going to fix any elongated stars. So I'm going to correct. We got a lot of fancy tools here, folks. My pleasure. Thanks for attending my stream. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of comments here. Yeah, fancy tools. All right. Now, this is called Kemble's cluster because of this long line of stars, and we only got about half of it. The long line of stars goes off the page. So what I want to do right now, everybody, is I want to make the background stars a little more pinpoint, but I don't want to make the Kemble's cluster pinpoint. I want Kemble's cluster to stand out more away from the background, and I want this cluster to stand out more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a star mask to try and preserve the bigger stars and shrink the smaller stars. Will it work? I've done this before. Let's see what this does. I'm going to create a mask to protect those stars. Pepsi. That's a good name. You're all waiting for the... I do have lots of photos of 3i Atlas. This has turned into a processing stream because I have the roof is closed at Starfront. So if you're joining right now, we've gone in a different direction. I should actually... Yeah, I should rename the live stream. Kemble's Cascade. Okay, so here's my mask. I'm going to make it a little more bright. I'm trying to preserve the big stars in the picture. Let's see if it works. Hang on. You know what? I think it's okay if I think it's okay. I don't need to protect that cluster. I want to resolve what's in that cluster. I'm going to take out those. Hang on. I want to make an adjustment to my mask here. Okay. I only want to preserve that line of stars. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Maybe it's still not good enough. Okay. Which cluster is this? The cluster itself is NGC 1502. Now, did it work? Did I preserve the size of the big stars? What do you think? Maybe. Not perfect. I think I created ugly halos around those stars. Unnatural halos. Let me clean up this mask a little bit more. Hang on. Give me a second here, folks. Let's try this again. Yeah, the halos, I did not like those halos. I did not like them. Yeah, this ain't really working out the way I thought it would. Hmm. Maybe I shouldn't. Does Kemble's Cascade stand out enough as it is? If I just didn't use a mask at all, do I really need to protect those stars? No? Yeah, no mask? Because right now, this mask is not working out. It looks like it's creating a halo effect. Let me try one more way of doing this. And then I'll give up on it. And I'll just say, forget the stupid mask. Let me just try that. And if I don't like this, hi Stan. The roof is closed on us at Starfront, so we're trying something else right now. I'm processing a cluster while we wait for the roof to open back up. I'm trying to make the stars more pinpoint. Oh, thanks for answering that. I know I'm missing all the comments because I'm hard at work processing. Let's see this. Before. I shrunk some background stars. Cluster looks good. I think I can live with this. It's not perfect, but I think I'm okay with this. I'm going with this. I wanted to make the stars more pinpoint, but not make the cascade stars more pinpoint. I want the cascade to stand out. Let me see. Before, after. Before, after. I think we're good here. I'm gonna move on, folks. I'm gonna name this Blur X, Blur Exterminator. Looking good so far. Use star reduction as your last step. I don't know about your routine. I'm not sure I do blur X while it's still linear because if I wait until it's non-linear, blur X will blow out my stars. The default at least will blow out my stars. So I get most of my star reduction done up front, so I don't got to do it later. Okay. Now I think I'm going to stretch the data. All right. We're almost finished here, believe it or not. We're almost ready to the point where to actually add color. Let's see. Let's do the histogram really quick. All right, we're going to use generalized hyperbolic stretch. Color. Color. And let's make sure our stars are not blown out. That looks pretty good. Okay. All right. Making progress. We're starting to get a little more color here. Let me denoise it. Okay. Now I'm going to take out any possible green in the picture. Any possible magenta. And let's re-add luminance back as color. Let me think. Let me think. A lot of color noise in here. Yeah, my star's blown out. I might have blown out my stars. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to back up. Maybe that's not the best way to add color. Let me see if... Okay, the stars are not blown out here. So the way I added color blew out the stars. The stars are okay right here. That star's not the greatest, but that's okay. I'm going to add color a different way. Is that star blown out? Is that star blown out? Nope. Is this cluster supposed to be so gold? I'm going to remove the stars and add color to the stars by themselves. We want this to be a very pretty picture, right, everybody? I wonder where Pete is. Pete usually loves these processing videos. Looks like the roof is still closed at Starfront. Okay. You know what? I'm going to add a little contrast to the background while I'm at this. And desaturate the background a bit. Okay. Now let's add color to the stars, and then we'll put them both back together again. Now there's a way to get rid of that color noise. Wait. All right, now we're going to put them back together again. Well, what are we thinking here, folks? Let's add a little another noise X. Oh, Pete's here. Yeah, Pete, I remember the way you've been commenting and making suggestions. And how long has Pete been here making suggestions? Since 7:38. Pete's been here for 20 minutes trying to get my attention. Have I gone down the dark path, Pete? Is it too late? That was my fault. I was completely ignoring the comments today. Read Brody's last comment. No. I don't know where your last comment is. Do I have M77? No, I don't have M77. What is M77? I'll save those. Let me add them to Notepad. It doesn't look bad, guys, does it? Should I do the Pete? I can do the the color noise like you showed me now. Does it? Can I do that now? Is it too late, or do I got to go back down? The color noise is really bad on this right now. Looks good, Peggy? Let's try it now. Let's try it now and see how it looks, because that cluster is surprisingly gold. And the color noise is horrific. If I can't fix the color noise, I might back up. Let's try it now. So I got to go into, what was that, Pete? It was convolution. What was that thing we did before? I got to get my glasses one of these days. Deconvolution? Is it deconvolution that we did before? No, that ain't it. I don't remember if it was low or not. It was certainly captured during a bright moon. Extract the luminance first. Okay, there's the luminance. Convolution, that's it. And then we take this up to about 5. And throw it on here to make it blurry. Right? And then we add the luminance back to it. 5 or 6 pixels. I did 5. Do I drop the luminance back onto it now? Like that? No. No, 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 no. I know I don't do that. That loses all color. What do I do now? I did this in another video. Oh, the channel combine. The channel combine. That's right. Channel combination, and I choose that one. The middle one right there. Is that the right setting there, Pete? That definitely fixed our color noise. Absolutely. Let's just look. I got some flares going on. I'll have to fix those manually. Let's compare this. To how it was before. Look at the one on the left. How it's kind of polka dot, weird color noise going on. And look at the one on the left. Or on the right. Left versus right. That's a good way to fix color noise. Before blurring them. You think? The cores. Well, this is the 100%. In fact, Pete, I think on the left, I thought that the cores were actually too hard. I like how they're softer after we fixed the color noise. I actually prefer what the fix did to it. Now the cores don't look quite as blown out. It's a little more soft. I like it. I remember that was a problem in the last cluster we did, but I like it this time because look at this star. I thought it was a little too. It looked a little too hard, maybe blown out, but this softened it to the point where I liked it. So this is actually pretty good. So let's catch this one back up. Much better. Much better. And then let me save this as color noise. The only thing I'm not liking is that cluster really looks like it's all golden. Not much color variation going on in there. Not what she said. There are some flares going on there, but I might fix them later. These guys hate how I fix flares. And there's a flare going on here where you can see, well, that's not that bad, but noticeable. Do my stars need more color? It is a nice looking cluster, that one. I don't know what to present when I post this on social media. I don't know if I should post this to social media or the whole picture. Is anyone going to really care about a long line of stars, or is this really the cool part of the picture, that cluster? What do you guys think is that's I got to fix the flares for sure. I'm pulling up this cluster, some other images to see if am I just missing it, or is there really they're really. Now this guy says he's got blue stars in that cluster, but I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that. Now that their picture is terrible. That's not a good picture. Wait. Let me copy this one over so you can see it. Is that the same cluster? He's got kind of an orange star going, but he's got too much green in his picture. Otherwise, all of his stars are mostly the same color. I mean, that's his original. Not so hot. It's too green. Okay, let's fix that flare. That flare is driving me up a frickin' wall. If I can. See, this flare is just ruining the whole thing for me. I got flares everywhere. That flare's not too bad there. Let me see. Is the roof still closed? I really wanted to capture a galaxy today. I'm going to remove the stars really quick and see if I can fix the flares. You have a solution for the flares. What? SETI Astro? What's your solution, Stan? Show both picture. Yeah, I try to only show one picture. A synthetic background. What is this? Hang on. There's the flare right there. There's the big flare right there. What if I just get rid of it? Let's just see. See, look at right here. Here's the big flare. When I put the stars, you see that shit? Let's get rid of that. Shall we? That will help a little. No. Let's not do that. Okay. People, they hate it when I use clone stamp. But clone stamp can be our friend. Clone stamp is our friend. Take a dark area? No. Let's just see how this looks. Everybody relax. This won't hurt a bit. This won't hurt a bit. Arr. Flip the image and use the game mask to cover the flare. I could. I thought of that. And send the RASA to Celestron to be fixed. Can it be fixed, Stan? I've heard Celestron tell people with the RASA live with it. Seriously, I've seen that in Cloudy Nights. Not quite in those words, but traded in for an 11-inch. What kind of mount would I need? Certainly, I would have to get a new mount if I did that. I kind of fixed the flare, but it got very spotty in places. Very spotty. Did I fix it? Did I do more harm than good? That's a 200% view. Let's go to this is a 100% view right here. Now this is 200%. Not fair, but does that look better? Which one looks better? Left or right? Left or right? I think I did a good job. I got rid of those flare. The ones on the left have the flare kind of going off to the left. I tried to do what I could to get rid of the flare. I think the one on the right. If I had captured this cluster near the center, there would be no flares. But because I wanted to get these silly line of stars that really I couldn't care less about, I see the flares get worse the farther you go away from the center. I think it was a mistake for me to capture Kemble's Cascade. Don't even like it. Don't even care about a long line of stars. I don't even care, man. Yeah, Pete, you'll get the data tonight. I'm not going to post it tonight, so if you can wait for I'll give it to you. I know you want to do your Thursday is your processing day. I'm not going to give it to everybody because I'm probably not going to post it until tomorrow evening or Friday. So, but I'll give you the data, Pete, because I know you, and you won't post it until I give it to everybody. Yeah. Pete's on specific days where he can do processing, so I try to help Pete out and give him the data a little early, but he waits until I share the data with all my members. Should have sent the ES-127. No. I'm very happy that I sent the RASA. The RASA really helped me capture objects quickly. I mean, I've seen people going way more hours than I do at Starfront to try and get dark nebulae. I mean, I really motored through a ton of targets. The only thing about this cluster is it not colorful enough. The stars are all the same color. Here's what it looks like in other people's pictures. Okay, those look all the same color. Is it really just a boring cluster? All those stars are the same color. We got the blue and the orange, just like I have the blue and the orange. So, I mean, it's consistent with what I'm seeing other people do. I don't want to invent color. I don't remember if I got flares. Does anybody remember? Look at my old data. I don't remember if I was getting flares. But in Detroit, I was mostly not really capturing clusters. I was capturing narrowband data. That was my thing in Detroit, and not really doing broadband. Yeah. And I was even avoiding galaxies in Detroit. I still have my Beta narrowband filters for the RASA, and I was even considering sending them to Starfront. And I was thinking if I could send them to Starfront and put the Starfront tickets, schedule them. So, okay, tonight I want HA, the next night I want oxygen, the next night I want. I was actually thinking about that recently. But for now, I think I have enough broadband targets that I want to. See, the thing is, I felt I captured every narrowband object I ever could in Detroit. And I don't know what new narrowband targets I really want to do in Starfront. The background, I had a bad background. Oh, now here's a nice picture of Kemble's Cascade. He got the whole thing. See, let's copy that into my. You see that? He really went all. This guy, you can see he absolutely shrunk the background stars and left the Cascade stars intact. That's really nice. He did a good job here. I didn't do such a good job of preserving the Cascade. That's really good. He did a much, much better job than I did. I like his. That's cool. How come I don't have... Oh, man. This guy did a fantastic job. Hang on. Let's I admit, when I see a picture I like, I admit it. Almost to the point where it looks like he bloated. There's no way these stars in Kemble's Cascade were that much brighter. It almost looks as if he bloated them to make them stand out more. I'll add that to my list, but yeah, I don't know. That looks like a mishmash. He didn't quite resolve some of the stars. I mean, it just looks bloated, but it's a good kind of bloat. What is that object, Brody? Is it a galaxy or a nebulae? BB Sky. I mean, it's bloated to the point. I mean, there's no way you can resolve these stars in the cluster. But it's a nice effect. Bipolar nebula. I'll save that. I'll add it to my list here. I don't got time to look for it right now. I want to stay on this target. But I'll add it to my list. Thanks. Added. Noted. And he's got kind of the same kind of thing going on. All right, you know what? I'm going to save this as final here. But let me just look at my original image again. I'm going to save that one right there. Let's look at where I started from. Let's go back to, for example, steps. See, I didn't bring back enough stars. I had a lot more stars I think I could have brought back. That's a UK. Yeah, it's UK, huh? I'm going to call my version here as final, but I don't think I'm happy with it anymore after seeing that, guys. In fact, how does he even have a double star here? I don't understand what's going on here. Wait. This doesn't even make sense. His picture doesn't even make sense. Wait. Star, 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 double star. What? There's some weird shit going on here, folks, with this guy's picture. Wait, I don't understand. How does he have a double star here? There's no double star, is there? There's this. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, double star. One, two, three, single star. I don't get it. This and this. Nah. You know what, guys? These stars are definitely bloated to an extreme level to make them stand out. There's no way. This is not a realistic picture at all. No way. I ain't buying that. He's treating these two as a double star. Look at my picture. That's the double star that he's got right here side by side. I like this originally, but now I don't want to say bullshit, but I'm saying bullshit. Let me look for a different picture. Let's go back to the raw stack. This is the raw stack. Oh, okay. Let's go back to the raw stack. Crying foul. Double star, double star. Right here, double star, double star. Star, star, star. Star, 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 star. He's star, star, star. And he's got star, star, double star. Uh-uh. Let's look at other pictures of Kemble's Cascade, because this just doesn't seem right. Kemble's Cascade. God damn you, God, freaking Google. This one's not very good either, but well, let's see this one. Okay, well, this one's a little more, kind of a little more like mine. It doesn't stand out quite as much as that guy. And there's not really that double star going on there, but that he's got double star there, and there's no double star here. This star is way bigger than that one. Let's look at another one. This looks like a nice one. Copy. Ooh, that's a nice one. Let's see this. Let me rotate it. Oh, this is very nice. Very nice. Definitely not a double star thing going on. So, you know what? Let's stop picking on this one. This one is obviously a little not so great. This is a nice one. This is a nice one. Let's get rid of that. Hello, Hunter. It's been exaggerated, that's all. You're right. It's been exaggerated. I just want to see my original data again. Let's look at the original. You see, my cascade, the stars are more in line with the background, whereas I think he definitely exaggerated his stars too. But it looks very nice. This is the effect I was trying to get, but I didn't quite succeed now, did I? I didn't bring back enough stars. I should have brought back more stars. I mean, be honest. I like this. Do you guys think the one on the right is very nice? I do. I like it a heck of a lot better than mine. Mine needs to be much brighter. Yes. I think I added way too much contrast, and I didn't bring back enough stars. I mean, the whole point of having a picture just of stars is to bring back the stars. I think I'm going to start over. I won't start over on the live stream, though. It's just too much. Bring him back. Do you guys want me to start over? I don't think it will take long. I don't think it will take long. Now I have I have a guideline here of what I kind of would like to go for. I don't think I'm going to do any imaging tonight, guys. The roof is still closed. You think there's some dark nebula in that area? Oh, right here, Brody. I see it too. Yeah. I should have processed a nebula today. It would have been easier than this. Hang on. Hang on just a minute. Maybe I don't got to start all the way back. Let me go to where the blur X is. Maybe my stretch. I just didn't bring back enough stars. Let me see if I can do this without having to start all the way back. For example, blur X. How many stars do I got in blur X? Okay. I'm going to re-stretch this. And I'm going to bring back a lot of stars. Let's just see how that works out. You see, I didn't bring back nearly enough stars last time. Let's start over. Let me try something really weird here. Hang on. You're embracing the weirdness tonight. Now, keep in mind, folks, I'm capturing this data when the moon is very bright. And it could be possible that, a lot of the stars were simply washed out because of the moon. All my clusters was always going to suffer from me capturing them under a very bright moon. Because that's the only time I ever capture these clusters. I was really hoping to finish another galaxy before the moon comes back completely, and I was counting on a clear night tonight, but it don't look like it's going to happen. Yeah, that kind of bloating ain't going to work. But I don't really think I'm ever going to get that kind of effect. That's just really looking crisp. I'm just being silly right now. This doesn't really look so great. I simply don't have that many stars that he's got either. He really picked up a lot more stars. Is it because I was drowned out by a bright moon? He's got way more stars. Or am I just not stretching it enough? Let me see if I stretch it even more. This is one of those times where I'm really disappointed with my picture. I'm usually loving the stuff I do at the end, but I'm not loving this. I'm just not loving it, man. Well, okay, I got a little more bloat here. I actually got a little more bloat, which is kind of what I wanted. Let me just look at my final image. I'm nowhere near being done here. But here's the one I worked on before, which is way too dark, and you can barely see the long line of stars. I think we're doing a much better job so far here. So let's close that. I think we might be on the right path here, folks. I'm liking what I see so far. I might need a new scope. You think it looks good? Interesting. That's strange. Let's add these back. I might have to do your color noise trick again, Pete. Horrible. Okay, let's just do a quick comparison. I know I have to do color noise. Let me see it with my other final image. Left or right? The one on the left is not done yet, but I started over. Have I made progress? Is it I think the one on the right, way too much contrast, way too few stars. I think I definitely made progress on the left. I'm much more happy with the one on the left so far. I still got to fix some color noise, but way better. I think so too. Left is a little more promising now. Yes. Okay, and I'm going to do the color noise trick that Pete was talking about. Because I like that color noise trick. Hang on. I gotta extract the luminance first. Now I think I have something that might be acceptable. Oh, let's save my settings from last time. Color noise. I blurred it. Okay. I blur it. Now I'm going to add channel combination. Channel combination. That way, that way. Running denoise again. The cluster itself doesn't look so great, but now at least maybe I could, when I zoom in, yeah, I got strange artifacts going on over here because I stretched it too much. But when you look at it, when you're fair about it, this is a 100% view right here. So if you 100% view doesn't reveal the artifacts so much. This one's very clean because I introduced so much contrast, I kind of ruined the picture. You're moving in. Final answer. I created the double star the other guy did? No. There's the double star. That guy made it look like these two stars were the same size. This might be passable now can I post this as a, I mean, I clean it up a little more, but can I post it in social media and point out Kemble's cluster? Would people be interested in seeing this picture? Or is this just for my personal library? This is not setting my pants on fire. That's what she said. Here's that other guy's picture again. I mean, nothing is resolved in his cluster. My cluster, you can see the individual stars, but it's all kind of blown out here. That's okay though, because it still looks nice. My picture needs more color. It needs more something to give it a punch. A bit of HDR might help with his picture. My stars are resolved, I thought. I don't care about more. I just like I'd like to post the entire picture. Kemble's, and I could describe Kemble's Cascade, a long line of stars. I could describe it like that. Like more color. Give the whole picture more color. Wait. Let's crop his so it's more fair here. More of a comparison. It's more like that. Okay. All the stars are in our Milky Way galaxy, yes. You like the deeper black on the right. I could add more contrast. Well, I'm going to save this as final two. Final two, and I think I am done for now. I might look at it again with fresh eyes tomorrow. Oops. Final two. And I'll save it as a PNG too. See how it helps to look at other people's pictures. I don't always find other pictures on the internet that I like more than mine, but this time I did, and it was a good example that it made me think mine could be better. Mine needs improvement. The black got to be as black as the ace of spades. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. Black is if it's too black, that feels like it's clipped. See you, Joy. Thanks for hanging out with me. Did I take my dust cover off? Yeah, I don't have a dust cover at Starfront. I don't think the roof's going to open tonight. Let me see. Let's just see. What a bummer. Let me see the sky view here. Here's the sky view at Starfront. Clouds, 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 clouds. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll be back in the morning to do 3i Atlas if it opens, but I have no hope otherwise. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate it. I had fun. Good night, everybody. Thank you. That's one of the biggest mistakes you see in Astro. Yeah, right. You don't want it. Pure black is no good. Read your last comment, huh, Brody? Brody, I ate so much I'm embarrassed. In fact, I'm on the couch with a dish of food, and I put the plate on my stomach because I'm so fat. The plate can just sit on my stomach. My sister's like, "Oh my God!" That was embarrassing. And then everybody takes our food. They take our food. My nephew and his girlfriend, they take a bunch of the food. My brother and his wife, they take a bunch of the food. My sister, they take a bunch of the food with them. And so I hid. I got some squash, about 5 of them, and I hid them in the fridge before they took it. So now I have squash for tomorrow. My mom makes enough food to feed an army, and then the army takes it all. But this time, when my brother went home, I called him and said, "Guess what? I still have squash." He's like, "What?" I was smart this time. I hid food in the fridge. They didn't know there was more. They would have taken it. They would have taken it. He's like, "I'm checking the fridge on Christmas." All right. That's it. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Who said okay? Did you hear that? Who said okay? That was Siri. That's kind of creepy. I think it was Siri. You heard it? I think it made me think, is somebody listening on my phone? That's weird. Did I somehow say Siri? Okay, I'll see you, everybody. They are listening. That's creepy. Yeah, always. Yep. Okay, good night. Bye. That's too much.